Okay, welcome back. I built a little thingy, just so I leave this running up to day 1221, for a few hours and, see what happens. The flaw in the, this sort of thing is it only operates when there's something. I mean, I could just kill the, I could show you what I'm talking. I'll get to that, remind me. I set up the new sorting system, and I wasn't kidding. It's unsmall, meaning that you know. So iron is, you know, if this were down there, and as it was, it would already be full and broken. But here we've got. I can't really reach, I don't think. Nah, it doesn't matter. Well, wait, I can just see what's in here. Yeah. Crystals aren't as ubiquitous. Shards I get a lot of. Spillover was, I just, these were all full of assorted junk, so I just set them all down on the, not the tracks, but the, row of hoppers. Let them drain out, kind of in the downtime. I mean, I'm getting iron guys in there to kill fish, and then fish kill iron guys, and there's the occasional slime. But, you know, as soon as nothing happens for a matter of minutes, and that does, you know, it's a thing. Sometimes you just don't get an iron guy. For all I know, there's one in the village right now, which is also a concern. Now we're good. Let me go down and we'll talk about that a bit. I still hate this lift. Let's see, this is why. Yeah, shadows that I hate. I hate it all. Everything's bad. I just, set the backpacks, you know, basically here, let them drain. Which, you know, clears out the backpacks, they're all empty. But, only by moving everything into... Partly I just wanted to get the system cleared out. Because I need some kind of input, unless I remove the redstone torch that's, you know, requiring it to need input. That's over here. Oh, and if anyone was, like, really annoyed, yeah, I had a redstone torch right there when I was building this thing. If I pull... What is it? That one, I guess. Hang on. If I get rid of that, then, you know, that thing oscillates freely. It also makes that horrible noise, and that noise occurs all the way up, though. That's... Okay. It can be done, you know, I can do it that way. Why are there still torches there? I thought I got those. That's weird. On the topic. I did, you know, jump over the wall up there, swim. I'm already used to something in 1.13 where you hit shift and descend through water really quickly. That's not a thing here. That was... I got halfway killed just coming down the damned water there. But I got torches in the corners, one in the middle. I also restructured... I didn't like the way it just sort of went. I don't like this either, but again, I want to keep the lights, and there's really no alternative. You know, I can have lights or I can have this. It's one or the other in that spot. Unless I go down another meter, and then I have to rethink that. I don't want to. So, yeah, that's going on. Otherwise, I haven't done a lot since I stopped recording, except to... I really can't guess. Except to, well, I mean, I know exactly why they're there, I just don't know how I didn't pick them up. And now I have more torches than I need. And let me show you an example of something. Throw that in there, because I don't care about it, and it'll make its way, ultimately, there it is, into the system here somewhere, I think, yeah. And then it's just gonna... It's... basically near the top at this point. Something has to go into the system to trigger the anything, including that torch, that goes ultimately into this one, tells this comparator to tell this block to turn this torch off, same as removing it, which releases this to go over here, activate that comparator, tells this block to tell that torch to turn off. That torch turning off tells this block to turn that torch on while turning on that. That torch turning on tells this block to turn that one off, which turns these two on. And each time a torch turns on, it activates is that another iron guy? Good, so that's still working. Activates a dropper to throw things, you know, they're all facing upward, of course, so that's, yeah, it's a system that works. There are alternatives. I could have made a glass tower, although the flaw in a glass, no, there's two flaws. One, you need glass. And it's not like I really have a shortage of sand, but sand in any given case is, damn it, I hate this lift, is technically finite. If you want a real exception to that, it would probably be something like ocean block, where sand is one of the 3 materials are guaranteed to have lots of. You know, just wandering along the bottom of the ocean and grabbing stuff up. But yeah, you have to get the sand, which is not always easy to find. I mean, there's some right there, so it wouldn't be that hard. And then you have to cook it into glass, and then, yeah, and the other flaw is every time there's a version update, they either do or might change the way that things go up through a glass tower, and it's just, doing anything with a glass tower is asking for an eventual breakdown. So yeah, okay, so I kind of covered this last time, and I've kind of done it before, but everything comes up out of the top of the hopper here, and then just dropper into this hopper, which necessarily feeds into this one's a placeholder kind of. I don't know if it's strictly necessary, but it doesn't. Well, no, in this case it really was. I have 2 of them. Yeah, this one just feeds into this one, and so on. The way I've got it built, the layout, I couldn't put the crates any closer to the tower because this was just entirely in my way. This was the closest I could get it without, well, it was the closest I could get it. Unless I wanted to go like that way, and I didn't. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so then, whatever given, can I reach that? If that goes into the system, and I guess it could, is it going to be tight? You know, let me just do that first, so I have a second to, when I get through those 34, the iron will come in. This will jump to 19 for 1/10 of a second. Because it, you know, with the, there it goes. With the comparators in the back, if there's 19, well, if there's 23, because there's 18 and 4 is 22. The 23rd changes the output of the comparator, which excites the redstone to the extent that it can't affect that unless it overfills, you know, like when I had 59 shards in that one spot down there, which is why we did this. That overloads, which overloads that redstone, which you can't quite see, but I'm going to try. There's a repeater there. That redstone tells the repeater to tell the block to turn off that torch, and that torch releases a thing. Well, that's not what I meant, and that's an artifact. It just happens. That torch releases. It basically dumps all of this, except the instant it dumps the one that made it 19, it goes back to being not strong enough a signal to dump it, and it just basically shuts off. Once it dumps out of here, it actually, in this case, dumps here. That's stuck there because it's just a redstone kind of, I don't even know what to call it, residual energy kind of thing. Doesn't matter. The point is that it's not strong enough to hold two of them. It's like a magnet. So that hopper points into this chest, which dumps into that hopper, which dumps into this chest, and then we start staggering differently because I just had to clear the redstone or else nothing would work. So yeah, into crate through hopper, crate, hopper, crate, hopper, crate, hopper, crate, hopper. I lost track somewhere. And at this point, it goes through this hopper into a crate, which drops into this hopper, which has some because this one's actually already full. And if we hadn't done this, the whole system would have broken based simply on the shards. Although we had a double crate full of shards when we started. More or less, I used a few to build the tower and stuff, but that is the reason for having done all of this. And I want my hoppers back, I suppose. More torches. I guess there'll be 2 more eventually. Yeah, this is just whatever was in it. The only thing I took out was I had the elytra in one of them. I went ahead and, just in case anything were, I don't want to lose that. It's not quite irreplaceable, but it's going to be a massive hassle to go find a new end city, find an elytra. What do I say? First I was saying elytra because back in dinosaur school we covered, dragonflies a meter wide, and for some reason I got the impression in text that the plural of an elytron is elytra. It isn't. And then I have to be mending on it. So, wings. How about we call it wings? Which, again, was the point of dragonflies haven't strictly got wings. They've got elytra. So, yeah, there's all that system working. At some point, I'll go through and figure out where I can stash assorted things. This one's trapped, so it's a trapped chest, so if it's open, it doesn't drain. I can look at it here, though. But I know it's done because that's the last thing I threw in. Having built this thing to hide in, I just gave it a slabby roof so that nothing was spawning. It's not like anything was going to spawn up there while I was inside anyway. Alright, so meanwhile, that wasn't all... Well, obviously I built all this while the system was churning along because the village produces iron guys to kill the fish. And then we get squids in there because it's 30-odd meters from the closest water source. And 30-odd meters from me right now. Get slimes in there because they don't care about anything as long as it's the right altitude. I got the torches in there because I got a creeper in there once, and I just backed away. I don't even know what happens if an iron guy thumps a creeper. Does it get all miffed and explode? I don't know. I don't want it happening, I know that. It's a really expensive factory to rebuild. Notwithstanding the fish getting out and making it worse. I don't know where he is. He may have died. I haven't been here. I've just been running the thing for hours while I wasn't here. However, after in October, thinking that if I put snowmen, if you go back and watch whatever it was, Snow Rumble Snow, I don't see him, but it's worth noting. There's a sub-level in the house over there with snowmen fighting slimes, and no one ever gets anything accomplished. They can't hurt each other anymore. It turned out right away that the snowmen were descending the ladder into the basement, which is also directly beneath us right now. I wanted to check on on what kind of iron I was getting. Oh good, another one. Look out, move. This is hilarious. I had no idea this could happen, but meet a snowman. I want an explanation out of you. And to make it to make it weirder, that's not all that's happened. I assume he's still in this thing. If not, I'll just explain. I opened that hatch, that happened to me. And with one that melted or gave up on existing. I don't know. I didn't see him up there just now. I wanted to check on iron production down here, which incidentally is mostly roses. My cart is missing. See, these guys all came from the house. That level 37, was it? Everything's 7 and 2 in the house, and it had to be below 40. I think it was 37. A snowman of its own accord, without I wasn't anywhere near it, walked his way into my cart, and it, or a different snowman, or a slime, triggered the cart somehow, pushed it. So that's something I should know a little about. I mean, it's kind of harmless, except that if it were truly harmless, I'd have no reason to have carts down here. And you saw how long I just walked it. Yeah, this has got to be 37, right? Yeah, about that. Okay. Oh, hello. Yeah, this, I don't know, and I don't know if it's going to get... no, I glanced at it in 113, and it doesn't... They're still not hurting each other. Oh, this is just bad. Come here. I'm really kind of... You were already... He hurt me anyway, somehow. I just don't care. So, yeah, in the last 8 months I haven't played this map. So I've still got all of these other levels to clear out. At this point I'm going to have to measure again and figure out if I know where the walls are. I said it was like 16 by... I don't know what the hell I said it was. So we've got... that's all in the overspill in my sorter now, isn't it? I don't care. Get away from me. Never been a huge fan of slimes. They're kind of, they became more useful once we could turn slime balls into cubes, and it wasn't, sticky pistons were kind of useful, obviously. And then with cubes, you could do anything from trampoline stuff, little hovercraft. But now I'm over here without I don't have carts anywhere. I really got to do a cart system. I don't know what that even means. I do know what it means, and it's a stupid idea. It basically means having hoppers that feed all the hell away around the recycle carts. It would just be stupid. Unless we could actually get... I don't have one. Unless we could get ender chests to work with hoppers. Well, but then you'd only have to... That's all you could use it for. That wouldn't work either. I'm really good at mentally inventing things that almost would work. Until I realize that they won't, and then I don't invent them because they don't work. Which I guess saves a lot of time. Yeah, I didn't know snowmen... I didn't know they could descend ladders. I found that out in October. And then... Today, last night at about 10 or 11 p.m., I learned that they can climb ladders. They're full of surprises. And they can steal minecarts, who knew? So that established... My helmet's down a bit, but it doesn't matter much. Oh, good, I got a spinny one. I hate that... I don't know if you can see that. There's a iron guy just in the... I don't know where he is in the water, if I can see him from up here. Maybe. Yeah, well, no, not without going in there and peeking over the edge and then falling in. Just like 1 in 100 of them, for some reason, never drop through the water, or if they do, it takes a long time. It just annoys me, because, I'm not even sure, because it's not like I sit here staring at them until I find out. I don't know if they eventually drop through the water, or if the fish randomly electrocute them to the extent that they finally die. But there's one right there. I think there might be one over there. I suspect that, well, this village is kind of thriving. It's got close to 100 guys in it, I think. I suspect that that stupid thing spinning right there is preventing iron guy production. And I'm not okay with that. Alright, something I want to try. I don't know why. I just want to... Well, I do know why, because it's kind of useful and important and stuff. Give me that. Move that. I don't have a system that works. Don't run. I kind of want to... You know what? I got a plan. It's a stupid plan. I'm going to try it. Okay. Does that work? Yeah. I think, well, for one thing, I could probably just go up here. No, the point is I want to try it this way. I don't know what kind of practice this takes. I see other people do it. But I can't fire this if I'm just standing here, which is kind of weird, actually. But if I jump, double jump, etc. Okay. And that gets me here. See, that way I don't waste them all. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I really need to, I don't know what the hell timing I'm not getting or whatever. But I need to get somewhat better at taking off. Getting better at landing would be good. And this isn't big enough to... Is it? Yeah, maybe. Okay. Ow, well, more or less. So now I'm up here. That's good. More torches. Oh well. Take a nap real quick. This thing isn't operating anywhere nearly as much as I'd like. I don't know exactly what I've got wrong. I mean, there's 4 guys up there. I guess I might be closer to the ground than I assumed. I'm not. I'm on level 200. I know exactly where I am. I don't know what that 2 is. Is it the spinny? No, because there'd be villagers closer than that. I don't know. It's just weird. Anyway, if I can get the whole flying thing working, then I've finally tripped across something of a reason to not just throw away gunpowder. Here's what I tried in the pre-release to fly, and it just didn't work. Let me see if I can get it now. Yeah, maybe. Am I flying? Cool. I want to see if I can... Where am I going? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I want to see if I can fly to the village, the second village. I'm going to try not to, fly up above 255. I don't know if that's really a problem or if it was just a pre-release issue. Can't think of any obstructions I'd run into up here. Mountains aren't really that... Why? Oh, because that's 1,000 by something, right? Yeah, that's another branch mine that we moved out of the basement, and I still ultimately want to have a 8-kilometer just ring that I could theoretically ride around in a cart for no reason all day. The end portal was like 1925 by 1183, right? Which means the village ought to be diagonally-ish over here somewhere. Yeah, I'm going to have to go more south. Because it's actually closer than the 19... Wait, what's that? That's the one village that's nearby. So, I know roughly... Is it? I would have thought so. Maybe not. I don't remember walking this far. There's a desert. There's a village. Good. There it is. So I don't think that's actually faster than just going through the nether with my cart. But it is, in fact, an option, and it's a hell of a lot faster than, well, walking and boating and walking and climbing and jumping and avoiding monsters. And it took a damn day, sunrise to sunset, just to get, it was difficult to make it here from, it's 3,000 meters. I mean, 19 by 11 against 0 by 0. Oh, the Chickinator Mark II, which was not it was an interesting idea. It didn't work. Hasn't worked. And the flaw was this fills up, and that's all. I don't know. I don't think it. I don't understand what's going on with it at this point. What's... This is a glass tower, by the way, that won't necessarily always work. What I can't figure out at the moment is why... Oh, I see. But that's full of feathers, so I don't know what the hell it could possibly... The plan was to have these guys lay an egg, which rolls into the system, towers its way up. And then the whole thing just kind of rinse cycles. Feathers and eggs and chicken meat go through this. I could fix it, actually, if I just kind of lower it, or raise that, whichever way. Have another double crate up there. I think that would probably work, but... It's stupid, and I don't like it, and I don't care. There's a leftover observer from when I was trying to... It was different before, and it didn't help. Honestly, at this point, I can't even remember why the hell this is working. Oh, yeah, I see. They're just laying eggs, which automatically go in there. It's clicky, of course. Hell with it. Let me get away from it. Could also have gone into the end, but there's not much there to... I do track down more end cities, get more backpacks, more wings would probably be safe. Oh, man, I'm almost tempted to, But I got a new video card. Why is it hitching? What the hell? Oh, and I don't have a cart here. Well, that's cool. Oh, whatever. I'm just down to get out of here. Do I have any... Of course not. I have hoppers. If I could somehow reverse engineer hoppers, I could have a minecart, but I don't have that. Where are we on? Oh, we're almost out of time, and I didn't do anything. Well, whatever. I don't even know if it's possible. I really don't trust my ability to try flying with fireworks through this tunnel. I'm guessing that would be potentially hilarious, but not effective. Well, yeah, so even walking through the nether is maybe as fast as flying just was. The cart would probably be a bit faster. I did, let me run because I've got enough food and it saves me some time on getting through this. I should have brought a cart. I should have a cart on me at all times, apparently. I will remember that. As long as I got backpacks, I could have carts on me. Anyway, this is really lengthy. Yeah, if I could fly through the nether without running into lava or monsters or ceilings or whatever, that would be effective, huh? But, yeah, there's that cart. Yeah, I went ahead and threw that in, so that taking off is faster. It doesn't just roll stupidly along, not doing anything for a while. What the hell am I doing? Got used to not having the cart. Could probably go have a look at the Blaze Factory real quick. I could stand to refill my helmet and... Oh, wow, my wings are down. What happens if those get all used up? If those get all used up, well, that changes things. Well, oh, he did a thing to me. If the wings get used up, do you just like fall into the sky? I assume so. I don't know what else would happen. I'm trying to think if I come in... Yeah, I had the looting sword at some point doing this. What did that just get me? 2. My boots are good. Now I have no room. Well, I have lots of room, in fact. But, those all need to be mended. Seems like the past part, the past tense of mendage, or mend should be meant. It's probably not. Oh, anyway, that's, yeah. I'm not sure what the purpose of this episode will have been, but... Wings, maybe? I don't know. Learning to fly. Which itself isn't much of an episode, so I'll just do it on my downtime. I'll get used to it. Get it built up again first. I need a better build-up system and a better experience factor in it. Probably the skeleton factory isn't bad. Except that the only thing you can do down there is use a bow because there's no getting close enough. But it's... This should be nice and fast because it's, you know, the... it's an actual spawner up there with blazes coming out of it. But there's enough other activity around here, I guess, that it's just not quite what you'd want. Spawners aren't that fast anyway. I've tested that in things. In that Skyblock map, I'd have 4 or 5 of them all stacked up with different entities, just to get any real consistent production of monsters. Oh, this is going to take a while. Okay, you know what, I don't care that much. What's going on with it? Alright. Let me just... I'll figure that out later. And we're, yeah, actually over time now, so I'll just head back to the the island where we've got... Is that Spooky still? Probably. I don't see him. I don't know, where did it... He was over here somewhere. Nope, don't see him. He went away. Yeah, I almost wonder if that hesitation going into the nether was... It's not just the video card. Well, obviously, it's not. I've replaced it. I think also there's the element of having other stuff open on the computer, like Chrome is a massive resource hog. Thunderbird isn't much better, and both of them together kind of suck. I probably ought to just shut down more stuff before I do recording on one of these. I got a bunch of dogs because feeding them to heal them got me some offspring. The spinny guy is still there, damn it. If it's even the same one, I can't guess. I wonder if those torches came up here yet. Probably not. Oh, they'd be in here. Oh, they did. Didn't they? Was that a 4 before? It seems like it was. That'll be something. Hi. That'll be something to play back and find out. Well, if that's what happened, and this is just... I just saw it flash, so something's coming up. Yeah. Wow, it's really... Okay. So this may actually work better if I'm not near it, if I'm on the other side of the damn... Well, the other side of the planet's pretty far away. I'm at the middle of the planet now, so... It's a big flat planet. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to practice with the wings and see what I can learn. I just never much got around to it because I didn't want to shoot myself with an arrow and just climbing up high and then dropping to float around, soar, glide. Seemed kind of stupid. But now that I have a use for all the gunpowder and paper I tend to collect, I'll see what I can figure out. But I'm over time, so I'm going to get out of here, and I'll just see you later. So, bye.